Hi everyone, it's Vismaya, founder of Living in Gratitude Today, teacher, speaker, best-selling author, but you know my favorite role is that of a gratitude gangster. What? So you are listening to this because you are part of the Living in Gratitude Today movement, and I want to thank you for being a part of that because of you, I get to do what I love the most. So I get to research about gratitude and happiness, and I get to teach my two favorite things. So thank you again. As I thank you each week, I want you to understand that you are giving me the biggest gift of my life. So thank you. So this week, it's pretty interesting. I went to a women's workshop and the facilitator said to us, what's the one thing holding you back? And if you were able to step into something that would really give you the power to create whatever it is you want, what would it be? And she asked us to create an I am statement. So the word that kept coming to me is the Hebrew word HeNeiNi. HeNeiNi. And that means here I am. You could also say I am here. But for whatever reason, when I hear those words, when it comes through for me, here I am is what is the most powerful. And it's like, okay, there's two ways that I look at it. Number one, God, here I am. Use me however you see fit. Use me as a vessel to spread your word, to spread love, to spread your teachings. Or, here I am, world. I am powerful. I am going to take my space. I'm going to declare my space. And I'm going to do the things that I was set on this earth to do and make a huge difference. And for me, the second way is a lot more powerful. Whatever works for you is fine. So as we go through our week this week, I want you to take a look at a couple of things. Number one, we're kind of going back to what we did before, and that's okay because this is where the power comes from. We talked about declaring that I am here to take up space. We did that with hip swirls, right? When we did hip swirls, we opened up. Gentlemen, I hope you did your hip swirls too. But how am I really opening myself up and letting the world know that I am here? And doing that in spite of being afraid, being fearful, having circumstances want to come our way when we're trying to do something that we so desire to do. How do we act in spite of that? How do we still hold our space and tell the world, here I am, when all that other stuff is going on? So there's a couple of things. I want you to think of a pattern interrupt. And if you're the person who I had a conversation with this week, and I know he's listening to this recording, so this one is for you. So a pattern interrupt, here's what I want you to do. Every time you start to get in that space of, oh, I don't know, but how am I going to do it? Stop yourself and take your power pose. What is your power pose? Well, put your hands on your hips, stand with your feet hips width apart, just like Wonder Woman or just like Superman. Your hands are on your hips, your chest is up, your chin is out, you're holding your head up, you're not looking down, you're looking straight ahead. And do this in front of a mirror and stand there and say to yourself in that mirror, here I am. Here I am. And then go about your day. And then right after you do that for a minute or two, then go on and tackle that thing that you were fearful of, that you were afraid that you couldn't do, or you didn't want to do. You didn't want to imposition somebody by making a request. Go and do it. Take up space. We talked about this before, and this seems to be a theme that comes up, maybe not for all of you, but it comes up for me. And if it comes up for me, I know it comes up for other people, so I want to share it with you. And it was so powerful for me yesterday that I did something bold today. I was finishing September's gratitude calendar, and in the middle of finishing it, there was like, okay, Vismaya, if today you're going to be talking about being like, here I am is your word, HeNeiNi, taking up space, opening up, like expanding our minds, expanding our being, expanding our control and our take in the world. Like, what is it that you want? So, as I'm typing, I stopped myself and I made two requests to somebody. So I can't tell you whether or not he'll honor them. I am standing in the space that he will honor both of them. And if that's the case, hey. But here's what I do know is that if I was too afraid to make those requests, I would absolutely not get what I wanted. And that's kind of the message that keeps coming up for me is take up space, ask for what you want, be powerful. And I'm going to use a have to, even though I don't like to tell you what you have to do, but we have to stop being afraid. We have to stop speaking our truth. I'm sorry, we have to stop not speaking our truth. We have to put our voices out there. We have to let people hear what we need to say. So this week I invite you to really take up space. Let the world know, HeNeiNi, I am here. Here I am. And then before you go to do something that you might be afraid to do, stand in the mirror and look at yourself in the mirror with that power stance and tell the person staring back at you, here I am. How does that feel? Like, stare at yourself for a minute. Really powerful. And there's science that shows that when you take those stands and when you open your chest up and you breathe it in, that it does something to, your brain. It does something to the chemicals in your brain. So it's not just about pretending. It really physically shifts the way your body and your mind work. So power stand up, chest out, chin up, look in the mirror, HeNeiNi, and take up space, my friends. So please, we're doing a little bit better this week. I'm very excited. In our Facebook group, I see more people sharing. Thank you so much. I love that and I appreciate that. But really, let's share our wins. If you don't want to share what you're fearful of, I get that. We don't know each other yet. However, share what's the best part of your week. Share what you are getting out of by taking up space. So I look forward to hearing from more people in our Facebook group. As you know, I love you, I adore you, and again, thank you for being part of this community. I'll talk to you soon.